Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about docks, particularly USB Type-C docks for laptops that include Thunderbolt 4 or USB Type-C ports for charging. It is no surprise, and of course everybody's aware that the ports are going by the way of the dodo bird. That means laptops are coming with less and less ports, requiring you to purchase things as docks, adapters, Thunderbolt docks, and whatnot. So today in this video for you, I have today the latest from TobenONE. I have this here. This is the TobenONE UDS040W laptop dock. And what I love about this dock here is that you can place your laptop like this. You get a beautiful display on your desk. Plus you get all of the single port, you get a single port connection to your laptop for charging, and of course with all of the port extension. And you've got tons and tons of port here on the front of this device, as well as on the rear of this device as well. So we're going to look at this device in just a moment here, and we'll see what it has to offer. But first, a quick disclaimer. This dock was provided to me by TobenONE for review and for me to cover this and to show you guys everything that this dock has to offer. However, all thoughts and ideas in this video are my own, and nobody has had editorial review or been privy to that content that is found herein. I will also include links in the description should you choose to purchase the device. This is a great way to help support the channel, of course, along with subscribing, clicking the like button, and turning on the notification bell so you're the first to know when there's new content available here. Please always check the descriptions, as I always do leave links there for products that I review, and oftentimes they are included with some sort of discount codes for my particular channel and my viewers. So if you're looking to purchase a dock, if you like this one, please jump down to the description box below, have a look at what you see there, and you should be able to get some discounts on these products. Now let's begin. So first and foremost, let's talk about what this dock has to offer. As I mentioned, it has a sit slot for your laptop, so you can rest your laptop on your desk. It gives you a beautiful display, and of course it's got lots of ports here. So we'll go on the front and we'll start out with what's on offer here. So we've got a from the left hand side over to the right, we get a headphone microphone combo jack. We get a SD card slot along with a micro SD card slot as well. Lovely to see that for those of you who've got very thin and light laptops but still do some photography work or do some video work and just need to get that content offloaded. This is very, very handy. And if you have a smartphone where you're using micro SD cards to load data, to transfer data, etc., you also have micro SD card support here as well. So lovely to see that. We then have a USB Type-C port here. These are all of the USB 3.2 Gen 2 variety, excuse me, I always mix up those standards, but these are 10 gigabit ports. This one here offers up to 20 watts of power delivery. This one here does not have any power delivery, so if you're looking to charge your phone or other peripherals, you should use this port here. Another 10 gigabits per second Type-C port. We have a USB Type-A port, again of the 10 gigabits per second variety. We have an on-off power switch here. Nothing much on the left to say other than just some, certification stickers. On the right-hand side of the device, we have the model number, a handy-dandy email, and support information for TobenONE. Lovely to see that on the physical product itself. And on the bottom of this device, it's nothing. It is rubberized, so it's not going to slide around on your desk very much, particularly when you've got a laptop on it as well. If you look at the port situation here from the top, we'll go from left to right and again to the second row. We get a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet jack. Lovely, lovely to see this. Most of the docks that I've reviewed only have a gigabit Ethernet, which is okay. It's functional, allows you to get the job done. But 2.5 gigabit, if you have a faster network, gives you, a multiple factor of transfer speed increase. So I love to see that. I'm running a 2.5 gigabit network for my PCs to be able to transfer my videos to my NAS. So I love that this is an option here on this dock. Most laptops also, unless you buy something very, very premium, only come with gigabit ports. So it's nice to have this 2.5 gigabit connection when you're wired in with USB Type-C. Combo headphone microphone jack. Again, this is an output, so you can have two different listeners from the same different device here. That's lovely to see. Also unique, something you don't get on a lot of other docks. We have here the DC power in with the barrel pin adapter. We'll look at the power adapter in just a moment. That comes included with this dock. We have two USB Type-A ports. Now these are just standard USB 3.0. So these are intended more for, say, your keyboard or your mouse or other a little bit faster peripherals, perhaps a flash drive. And you have additional here USB 2.0 ports. So this is ideally where I would plug in the USB dongles for your keyboard and mouse, etc., since they really don't need a lot of bandwidth, except perhaps some mice that run 8,000 hertz or higher polling rates may need a USB 3.0 connection. So nice to see that availability is there, and they're in the form of A ports, which is generally what you want for these USB 3 connections. All right, then on the second row here, again from left to right, we have a USB Type-C host port. So this is the uplink to your laptop. This will charge it up to 100 watts on your laptop, plus feed into all of these ports, giving you extra connectivity. We have an additional USB Type 3 port, but this is a Type C port, but this is just 3.0 again. So again, for like a USB Type C flash drive or some connection that doesn't require a lot of bandwidth, you certainly have the option here. So you go from one singular port of USB-C on your laptop, we'll look at it in just a moment, to 1, 2, and 3 USB Type-C ports, plus a whole load of other types of ports here that we don't have available on the thin and light. And I've purposely selected this thin and light here. This is the X1 Carbon Gen 6, I believe. Here, then over to the right here from the USB Type-C 3.0 port, we've got some output ports here for your displays. We've got HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and a singular display port connection as well. So all of these will allow you to drive 4K 60 Hz up to 3 displays. So triple display connection with Windows. Now, keep in mind, if you're on a Mac, you're going to have to get a different model here. So this, because it's called the UDS040W, the W is for Windows. There's also a UDS040M, which is for Mac OS. So there are some different issues with, compatibility in terms of external displays on Mac. So if you're looking for a Mac dock, don't get the W edition. You should get the Mac edition, and they're both available on TobenONE's website, priced very similarly as well. So that's it here. A very nice selection of ports, triple displays, lots of extra USB Type-C ports, lots of extra USB-A ports, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet connection, even an SD and a micro SD card reader, plus 2 or dual outputs here for your audio outputs as well. Pretty straightforward to get this dock wired up here. We've plugged in the AC power adapter, we've connected our HDMI cable for my monitor here, and we've connected here a USB Type-C cable, which will be the host connection up to our laptop here. So now I'm going to dock this laptop into the dock here, and we'll show you after connectivity how it immediately kicks in, and we get all of our peripherals up and running. So I have here my laptop here. We're looking at the TobenONE website, and this is the UDS040W dock here, as we can see. So now I'm going to dock this into this docking station here. And the lovely thing about this laptop is you can actually tilt the display all the way up. So it's very nice to see that. We'll grab our USB Type-C connection. Battery's a little bit low here, so we'll get this connected, and immediately it starts charging. And we'll swap over our display connection here on the monitor, and you'll see that the display connection kicks in just about right away. And of course, one additional mode of operation here is you can actually close the lid of your laptop if you don't want to use this display and just drive your external up to 3 4K displays here. Grab your laptop, close the lid. Be sure that in your Windows power settings, you have it set that when you close the lid that it doesn't go to sleep or hibernate. And you'll see here that it immediately swaps over to the external display here. And now we've got a connection on our desktop here, and we can continue to use it. All right, so we have an SD card here. We're going to test, the SD card copy speeds here from the USB dock. Now, one thing I did find a little bit of an annoyance is that it doesn't go face side up. So you have to kind of turn it upside down and then insert the SD card. Also, the same goes for the USB dongles on the back. They have to be turned upside down. Our card here, it doesn't go in fully. It sticks out about maybe a third to perhaps a half of the way. And we see here after plugging in our SD card that it's immediately recognized by our PC. It's now recognizing USB drive E. So this drive here, the SD card slot, is showing up as drive E. I would assume D is then the micro SD card slot. So we'll head over into our drive and let's do a copy test here to show you guys what the speeds look like. We'll find a fairly large file here. This is 2 gigs or so of video. And we'll start the copy test here. What we're looking for in the SD card copy test is consistency. What we don't want is big bursts and then a collapse of speeds altogether. And you can see it's very consistently copying at about 170 megabytes per second. Actually, I think this might actually be UHS-2. I'll have to confirm that in the specifications, and if I'm able to do so, I will provide that information for you in the description below. So, and the really nice thing about this dock is that there's multiple options here. You can do a single 8K display at 30 Hz. You can do triple 4K displays at 60 Hz, or even possibly you can do 4K at 144 Hz to drive a big display for gaming or whatnot, depending on what your needs are and what kind of power connection you're actually seeking. And particularly if you have a 2-in-1, as we're being shown here on their marketing page with a Surface Pro, this is fantastic because you basically get a touch surface without the keyboard docked, and you end up getting a very large display here for your desktop use with your keyboard, mouse, and all your peripherals. So I've got a wireless dongle USB plugged into the dock here, and it's actually activating my mouse here over a wireless connection. And as you can see here, it seems to be working quite well. In order to get the dock working though, you will need some drivers. So if you head over to a browser and search for DisplayLink drivers, You will eventually land at this page here, which is the display link drivers from Synaptics. This technology is powered by Synaptics here, so you'll head down and based on your operating system here, since this is a Windows dock, you'll click on Windows and you'll get a download here, which basically allows you to set up this dock as a USB display. And this drivers will allow you to connect to your USB Type-C connection via the TobenONE UDS040W dock. And the nice thing is, if we head over to our file manager here, we can also see there that we've got these additional 2 drives here, which are represented by the SD card slots on this particular device. And of course, all of the other ports here are available for connection. For example, you can charge from the left USB Type-C port at up to 20 watts. You have an additional Type-C port up to 10 gigabits per second and a USB Type-A port at 10 gigabits per second on the front of this panel. Plus, you've got headphone audio combo jack here as well with microphone, and that's a very nice setup. So if you're looking for a dock that basically does it all, it has lots of ports, it looks great while doing it too, I think this is a fantastic setup. You don't need an extra stand or a mount. If you have a laptop like this that can flip 180 degrees, this is going to be a fantastic way to line up your monitors and have a very nice multi-display setup where you disconnect one singular cable and off you go. So right now it's charging the laptop at 100 watts, and we've got all the other display peripherals being powered through the USB dock from TobenONE as well. So that said, this has become a necessity, and I think TobenONE offers a great selection here. These can be had for around $200 US, and if you keep an eye on sales and stuff, perhaps a little bit below that on Amazon and other sources online. So keep in mind that I do have a link for this product in the description below. So if you want to purchase this dock, please head over to the description, click on the link. You get a little discount as well, and you'll help support the channel. You know, it really does matter a lot to the channel here if you support us. If you like our content, also click that like button, subscribe button, and also that notification bell so you're first to know when there's new content available here. I think that's really pretty much all there is to say about this dock. I mean, it is what it is. It's very utilitarian. It looks good while doing it. The industrial design is fantastic. The port selection is absolutely essential, I think, for any dock. Most docks tend to omit the micro SD or SD card slots. It's lovely to see that they have thought of that here. If you're looking for example, the Lunar Lake laptops that have lots of power and very powerful iGPUs, unlike this one from a few years ago, you can actually do quite a bit with just your laptops now. And considering that they also come with built-in NPUs, you really want a setup like this where you one cable connection dock into your desktop setup, and you can drive all of your workloads from that particular location. When you're ready, you need to be mobile, you unplug, you're fully charged, and off you go away to work, to meeting, to school, and what have you. So overall, I think a very, very good product here. I love the fact that display docks from TobenONE look great, but they also have lots and lots of utility. As we can see from their marketing page here, it's got every single port you can imaginably want in a laptop docked connection. 2.5 gig Ethernet, you got 2 audio ports, up to 8K 30 Hertz if you so desire, 3 USB Type-C ports, and 5 USB Type-A ports, along with SD card slot and trans-flash support for micro SD card slot as well. So we'll just show you here, to wrap up this video, we'll show you a copy test with the SD card slot, just to give you some numbers as to how fast it performs. I don't believe it's the UHS-2, very high or latest standard, but it's certainly sufficient to be able to get the job done in a pinch. All right, then to wrap up this video here, I think the TobenONE here, the UDS040W dock, is a fantastic dock for your desktop. If you have a laptop that powers and supports USB Type-C charging, this is going to be a fantastic way for you to get connected with all of your peripherals and your main desktop setup with just one cable connection. And of course, you're going to get charging here as well, up to 100 watts of charging to your laptop here. That means you can connect lots of peripherals, including up to 3 4K displays at 60 Hertz, a singular display at 8K at 30 Hertz, or even 4K 144 Hertz pass-through for gaming displays as well. So it's a very nice setup and offering here, a very modern dock. And you can see here we've got lots of ports on the front and lots of ports on the back here. Adding 3 USB Type-C ports, 5 additional Type-A ports is no joke. And of course, having a triple display setup means this is the only dock that you'll ever need. And of course, the upright display like this really allows you to show off your laptop, and I think that's actually a very nice thing to have as well. If you like to show off your laptop, or if you're invested in something that's thin and light, generally they're actually very, very well done and beautiful laptops as well in terms of industrial design. And you want to show off those products. This will allow you to do that while getting all of your stuff connected on the go. And with the display link drivers, it's a very quick install to get this set up and running on your Windows PC. Of course, if you have a Mac, don't get this one. This is particularly for Windows. If you have a Mac, you should get the UDS040M for Macintosh. So make sure you make that distinction. Also notice that there is a link in the description below if you want to purchase this stock. It really helps the channel here and helps us to grow and continue to bring you more content like this in the future. Also click the subscribe button and click that like button as well, and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when there's new content available here. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.